Hello, friend. Welcome back. Today I thought I would regale you with your favorite content, stories from my failed dating life. And as I do it, I'm gonna make you a couple of classic cocktails hailing from the Crescent City, New Orleans. Fantastic cocktail town that it is. I'm gonna start by making a little French 75. This actually first appeared in print in a magazine called Here's How, a New York humor magazine, and was later printed in 1930 in the famous The Savoy Cocktail Book, which is, widely seen as one of the greatest cocktail books ever published. It is a simple gin sour that we lengthen with not soda, but champagne or other sparkling wine. Yes, that's right. We're using London dry gin. Once more, big on the gin this season, what can I tell you? So I know it's hard to believe, looking at me, that I was single for 5 years. I did the online dating scene, I know what you're thinking. With those? Sure did, yeah. It's hard to believe, but it's true. I was like the Tom Brady of online dating. I just didn't want to quit, and I just kept yelling, go deep. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You get it? You got it? Anyway, there were just so many paunchy white men who really wanted to get to know the real me. And how could I deny them that privilege, with their square-toed shoes and their shiny poly-blend shirts? Ugh, so much to want, so much to lust after. My favorite part, though, was that it really brought me back to my journalism days. I studied journalism, which is why I have such a way with words. Yeah, so there were just so many of them that wanted to get to know me, and I really liked playing hide and seek, and they would indulge me in that because every dating profile was like a search and rescue mission to find any evidence of their hair or teeth or eyes, because so many people were wearing sunglasses. Why the sunglasses? And all of them entrepreneurs, no less, if you can believe it. Oh, my cup runneth over, as you may have guessed or seen. Maybe I was a little aggressive with the poor and should have been more patient, but patience is not my strong suit, unfortunately. Let's do that again. Let's try it once more for effect. Just lean in, bend and snap. Bend and pour in this case. Gonna give a little lemon peel. But my favorite part about their profiles is that even though they were all entrepreneurs, I assume that meant that they were freelancers for Anglers Weekly, given the number of stunned fish they're all holding in their profiles. Why do they think that that's an aphrodisiac to women, Like, when I see a fish, it doesn't really convince me of your virility. But nevertheless, they're there. They are there. I'm going to express the citrus oils from this lovely lemon twist and just put it on top. You want to give it a little tug, if you know what I mean. That's what all those men were doing on those dating apps, because God knows no one else was tugging them. And then here we go. We have our little French 75. God damn it, lemon peel. Why are you embarrassing me like this? So now we're gonna pivot to making a boozier, bigger New Orleans cocktail. We are going to make the classic Sazerac. This is a cousin of the old fashioned. It's been around since the early 1800s. We start by rinsing a double old fashioned glass with, that's a lot of absinthe because I'm already drunk and have forgotten what I'm doing, which is only indeed rinsing the glass. And we will dump out the rest. Now we have a beautiful nose of anise. You get that rich black licorice flavor there, which is going to add a lot of depth of flavor and complexity to our otherwise very simple cocktail. So I've said before that normally I'm not that big on doing sugar cubes as my sweeteners, but in this case, it's how this classic cocktail is prepared, so it'll show you why I prefer simple syrup, but I'm going to soak this around it. I'm going to just swash some Peychaud's bitters in there, which is also from New Orleans. It was created in the early 1800s by an apothecary. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of cold water into my mixture. And I'm just going to go ahead and muddle once more. I am getting in a lot of muddling. And I'm sure that I left many men in my life feeling muddled and confused, especially the ones I ghosted and then told their stories on the internet for everyone to hear and enjoy. But nevertheless. Now I will add our rye. Originally this cocktail was made with cognac, but American rye is more common. In this day and age, we're using a lot of booze in here, 2.5 ounces of boozy rye, the good stuff. And then we're gonna add ice, and we're going to stir to chill and dilute our cocktail. We need our ice, ice, baby. Whoa, errant ice cube, that what happened to you? Anyway, so I was saying, I was always dazzled by the curiosity of the men that I would meet on dating apps. They would ask the hard-hitting questions like, sup? And yeah, you? Really inspired, and also the delusion that they thought they were the most interesting person in the conversation when clearly it is I. It is me, Yvonne, most interesting woman in the world, or at least maybe just on my street. Really hard to say. So now we're going to add a king cube, which is to say a large ice cube, because we're all looking for a king in our lives, aren't we? To our rocks glass. Whoa. Look at these little tongs. Come on. Get. Just start, that's funny. Start with his hands in there, with this, and then like come up to me and I'll be like, if you're wondering about the continuity issues in this episode. Now we have a glass that can actually accommodate this ice cube, and so we're gonna roll with that. We're rolling with it, we're straining it in. This is an incredibly boozy cocktail, which is really important for you to know before what happens next, okay? We're going to get a little lemon zest. You wanna apply good pressure, and you wanna work with room temperature citrus. You don't want frigid citrus, okay? Because then you're not gonna get a good peel. You need to pull up some of the pith so that your twist has some structure, because citrus craves structure, okay? Okay, so again, I'm reminding you, this is an exceptionally boozy cocktail, and this is something I would treat myself to after some of my very bad dates. Et voila. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.
He says, I was like,